DeflateGate situation was the fact that they actually lied. The fact that they actually went to Goodell, said we had no involvement in this whatsoever. Peyton did that, said he had no involvement with it, and that's what eventually led to the suspension. If Belichick does that here, that's going to lead to something we saw in Bountygate, in my estimation, where we're going to see a significant suspension. Will we see something? Should we see a suspension? Yes. Will we see one? I don't know. I mean, I just don't know, because the NFL has been so slow in making decisions that are best for its league, as we saw with the Ray Rice situation, the Adrian Peterson situation, which has been kind of bobbled here and there a little bit. I really don't know factually what the NFL is going to decide to do.
And that's the thing, Michael. You know, with the whole Ray Rice situation, they got that whole thing wrong. Apparently, no one knows where that videotape went when some woman called up from the NFL office asking for the videotape, or what happened with the the Atlantic City Police Department, or whatever, the Atlantic County Police Department. We don't know. I mean, the NFL has acted, and I'll say it, like Keystone Coppers. They keep bumping into each other because they don't know what they're doing. We don't know what this NFL is trying to do now. You know, do they really care about the integrity of their game, of their name, of the shield? And many people have said the Ray Rice situation put a crack in the shield. Now, I think we got more than just one crack. And unfortunately, the crack's been going on probably since Goodell's been named commissioner of this league.
Let me ask our other guest on the line. That's Mr. Nick Delahanty from the Jackals. Nick, how you doing?
Hey, Mike. How are you? Hey, Dan. What's going on?
Hey, Nick. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. I can't complain.
Well, start complaining, big boy, because this is a big topic.
Yeah, I do want to see the NFL make a stand on this. You know, I think it's wrong, but in all honesty, I could see the NFL doing nothing in this situation. And do I agree with it? No, but it comes down to the point where everything is pointing to the NFL just saying, you know what are we really going to do about this? There's no real clear-cut solution. If it was me, I would take away a couple of draft picks, really hit them hard where you're at. And also, I would suspend Belichick for the Super Bowl. I think that would be a logical solution. Do I think they're going to suspend Brady? I would love to see it, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think the NFL is too worried about their ratings. And, you know, it's just a situation that's really sticky right now. The NFL is really in a situation where if they don't do something, a lot of fans are going to be mad.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I mean, they need to act right now and make a decision, because we're going to Super Bowl week here. All everyone's going to be talking about is Patriot scandal, the Patriot scandal, the Patriot scandal. And you're going to have Bill Belichick standing up there every single day next week saying, well, we're on to Seattle, we're on to Seattle, we're on to about 3,000 different times. I mean, enough already. Suspend Belichick for the Super Bowl. Worry about next season, you know, starting, you know, as soon as the Super Bowl ends. And move on from that point. There has to be some kind of action now, because that's what the fans want.
Yeah, absolutely, Michael. You know, I gotta say that, you know, when you hear Jay Glazer from Fox Sports, he was at the Senior Bowl, and he talked to all the owners that are there from the NFL, and even they want him. They want the Patriots. They want Robert Kraft to get tagged for some sort of, you know, punishment, penalties, fines, whatever. Because how many times they kept saying, you know, Robert Kraft kept yelling against us that we should be fined, we should be tagged for penalties and fines and possible suspensions. Well, we're sick and tired of it, because he's trying to act like he's Mr. Squeaky Clean when we know that he's not. And, you know, Roger Goodell is the NFL commissioner who was brought over by who else? Robert Kraft. So right now, Goodell, he doesn't represent Kraft by himself. He represents all 32 owners of the National Football League of all the teams. So basically, Robert Kraft is going to have to sit down, stay quiet, keep his ears open, and he's going to have to hear what the punishment that he's going to have to face. Because I'm telling you right now, if there is no punishment whatsoever, or the punishment is just a slap on the wrist, every single NFL fan outside of New England will be very, very angry and very, very upset. And every other media writer, whether it's a newspaper writer, beat writer, on sports talk radio, ESPN, Fox Sports, everyone's going to be in an uproar.
Great. Nick, what do you think about Blake's comments yesterday?
After a while when Brady's going on and on about how he had nothing to do with it, I just can't believe him or Bill Belichick, especially after the Spygate. And one of the things that I wanted to bring up and wanted your opinions on, when the Saints had their whole bounty issue, and you saw Sean Payton get suspended a year and Greg Williams get suspended indefinitely, they paid the price for what they did. Is the NFL really going to do something? Yeah, of course the situations are different, but are the NFL officials going to really make the Patriots pay for this? And that's where I'm kind of in doubt right now.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I just don't see the NFL doing this because the Super Bowl at this point is so big. It's such a financial monster from every standpoint. You're talking about television, you're talking about commercials, you're talking about hotels, you're talking about everything that can go on and that is involved financially around the Super Bowl. And I can understand making a swift decision now might hurt it from that standpoint, but there needs to be at least some kind of decision that goes down. Because I'll be honest, seeing Bill Belichick on the podium getting the Lombardi Trophy from Roger Goodell, it's gonna make a lot of people want to stick their heads in a sink, if you know what I mean. Go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, you know what? It becomes a situation where you're sitting here and you're looking at it, and the NFL saying, we're charging people $4 million for a 30-second commercial. Now, say the NFL says, oh, you know what? We're going to suspend Belichick. Hey, you know what? We're going to take Tom Brady out of the mix too. Just for instance, say that they bring down the penalties. What happens when somebody's sponsors say, you know what? You're kind of hurting your ratings here by doing this. You're going to lose a lot of ratings. We're going to back out. The NFL is trying to tiptoe around this as long as they can in order so they don't have to lose revenue. That's the biggest issue for them right now, in my opinion.